What's going on, everybody? I am finally back, and it's literally all thanks to you, Destiny community, and everyone who was incredibly kind enough and generous enough to contribute towards the PC fund. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the situation, got back from a trip to Washington for PAX West, and my PC died. Long story short, Moonvald, the content manager for Planet Destiny, set up a GoFundMe to help me get back on my feet, because at the moment that was my only source of income. I was incredibly uncomfortable with that, and I appreciated where she was coming from. I really did, but I was uncomfortable with that. It felt like I didn't deserve it, and it felt like, it just felt weird to me. So I made a couple of posts about that on Twitter, and there were so many people who reached out and DM'd me and told me, it's like, hey, it's like sometimes it's okay to let people help you, and you've done a lot for the community. And they really helped me kind of open my eyes, because I always felt like the stuff that I did here, whether if it's on Twitter or YouTube or like the PD stuff, didn't have much of an impact. Like, I did it because I enjoyed it. But I never really thought about, like, hey, there's people who actually might enjoy this or like what I do. So it felt weird. But as I mentioned, a lot of people messaged me and they were incredibly supportive. So I decided to go forward with a crowdfunding for the PC. And within a couple of days, you guys just completely blew me away and crushed the goal. Basically, we didn't even really have a goal. As soon as like it hit like $1,700, I was like, all right, that's we're good. We can rebuild from here. And I was lucky enough to have the support of my family, where they were in a situation where they could have contributed as well. So also I want to say a quick thanks to UDT Matt as well, because he gave me a really good motherboard and a CPU, and that really allowed us to allocate those funds into other areas of the PC to make it better. So with the help of my friend Alex, most of you know him as Ashen Continuum, he basically got the parts for me. We ordered them in. I mean, and it was down to the dime. He did a really good job on that. He came over on a Saturday and pretty much dedicated a day to building this incredible, beautiful monster of a machine. So, with that being said, we're gonna go through a unboxing. So you guys are gonna see when I got all of the packages together. We're gonna unbox them, and then we're gonna switch over to the build. The build was an all-day process, so I managed to record bits and pieces here and there, and then I'm gonna show you at the end the final look of the computer. So without further ado, this is the build of the Destiny community. Here we go. All right, what's up, everybody? So we are going to be doing a unboxing before we do the actual build. So everything here should be pretty much everything that we need for the actual computer. Yes, this one is open already, but that's because this was sent to me by UDT Matt over on Twitter, and I wanted to make sure that the USPS hadn't tossed it or damaged it or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get started here. So with the first one, this is, as I mentioned, sent by UDT Matt, and this is a MSI MPG Z390M micro ATX motherboard, and he was also dope enough to include the processor in here, which is that bad boy in there. I believe it's an i7 8700K, so that actually was a huge help for me in terms of cost, because that allowed me to invest into the computer in other areas, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. So Matt, again, thank you so much for that, bud. So let's go ahead and get started with the big guy. This is most likely the case of the rig, so go ahead and get this going here. I don't have my box cutter on me, so I found the closest sharp thing that I have here
and that's what we're gonna use. Okay, over here too. Boom. All right. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and open this up here. And like I mentioned, this is going to be in the actual build video, so it's going to be all in one. There's going to be the unboxing here first, followed by the actual build. So here we have a Corsair V220T case. This was actually also suggested by Matt. Really looking forward to this case. I looked up a bunch of videos on it. It looks fantastic. It looks like it has really good airflow. So I would open this bad guy, but I think I'm going to leave it in its case for now. Solely because we're going to take this over to my buddy Ashen's place, or it depends. He might be coming over here to build this thing. So yeah, there we go. Here's the case. I wish I could show you guys, but I'd rather keep it in there up until I actually get it going. So let's go ahead and bring over the next one. If I'm not mistaken, this might actually just be this might be nothing too exciting. I think this is just thermal paste. There goes my knife. Oh, let me get this open here. Hold on a sec.
A few moments later.
Yep, this big old box for this tiny ass thermal paste tube. So, hooray. There we go. So in here, we have, of course, your packaging. This is the PSU, the EVGA Supernova 650 G3, 650 watt. This was actually bought from Walmart. So glad this got here in one piece. Boom! It's heavy. I'm gonna put it down now. Put that there. Okay, 1 second.
A few moments later.
What is this? We have advertisement for Harry's, and we got another small package. Two small packages in here. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, this is the hard drive. So this here is, let me get rid of this sleeve. So there's a Western Digital 1 terabyte hard drive. We got 2 of these, which are going to be going into the system because making videos takes a lot of space. I'm going to put this down. Right. Seems like overkill, or 2 terabytes seems like overkill, but when you record like footage for gameplay and stuff like that, all that takes several gigs, so it builds up a lot. Right here we have our Noctua CPU cooler. This is a not too crazy about the color, but it's from what my friend Ashen told me, this is probably like one of the better buys for the system. All right, so here we have the RAM that we went with. It's DDR4, 16 gigs per stick, Vengeance OPX RAM. Again, this was basically everything was picked out by my buddy Ashen. So there's that, and we got 2 extra fans for the system because we want to keep the system as cool as possible. So the actual case brings 3 fans. So we have the CPU cooler, and we have 2 extra fans. So we're trying to keep this thing as cool as possible. And all right, let's move on to the next one, which is the last one. It should be over here. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Bad Larry of Bad Larrys, according to my buddy Ashen. Okay, so I accidentally went over the recording limit and I had to stop the recording to start a new one. So yeah, so this is the last bit here, which I believe is the graphics card. Yep. So let's go ahead and move this out of the way. This is gonna be the bad Larry of bad Larrys. Okay, there we go. So this is the EVGA 2080 Ti. Yeah, Ti. This card. So one of the reasons why we were able to invest in this card was because we received the motherboard and CPU from Matt. Of course, you know, everybody contributing is why any of this happened. But receiving this really allowed us to be a little bit more flexible with everything else in the computer, because you know, CPU alone could have been around like $200 to $300 depending on the one that we got. Motherboards usually go for around, I guess maybe the same. Like I've seen some for like $150, like $200. But because Matt did contribute his old motherboard and CPU, we were able to focus some of the funds on other areas of the build, which again, all of this is thanks to everybody who donated, which you guys are going to be seeing throughout the video. So a little bit about the GPU. So my buddy Ashen, basically, again, he's the one who put all of these parts together for me, because honestly, like, I'm not a PC like connoisseur. So I have no idea where things go. So you guys are going to see him when we do the actual build. So he picked, you know, he went on PC Part Picker and he got everything. You know, I told him, it's like, hey, this is our budget. This is how much we raised. Which, by the way, in the 2 days that the donation page was up for, was up for more, but really you guys raised this money in basically 2 to 3 days. You guys raised $1,700 it was, and I was lucky enough to have contributions from my family as well. They put in another $200, so for a total of $1,900 we raised in 2 days, which again, thank you to all of you, and I'm sure you guys will hear that throughout the video. So yeah, so if you guys know me over on Twitter, you know that I post screenshots, you know that I post videos and stuff like that on Planet Destiny, and sometimes on my own YouTube channel, which will be taking a bigger focus come Shadowkeep. This card will allow me to push resolutions that I couldn't before. So before, the max resolution that I had was 1080p, which is known as Full HD. With this, for those of you who have higher resolution monitors, which is, I want to say most of you by now, this will allow me to take better screenshots at higher resolutions. So if you guys want to use those for wallpapers, it will be available now because of this card. So if you guys are a fan of like the screenshots that I take in Destiny and you know, that kind of stuff, this is going to make that a million times better. So there you have it, guys. This is everything. So today's Friday. We are going to be building this tomorrow on Saturday. It will take me some time in order to get everything going. I'm going to have to reinstall all my editing software, my OBS, my Audacity, everything from the get-go, Windows. So it's going to be a busy Saturday. So I probably won't be active this week, but we are going to start hopefully pushing content out by the time Shadowkeep launches. So again, we are going to do like a quick transition into the build. Just two. Okay, all right, here's the build now.
All right, so for context, a year ago I quit my job. My IRL job. I'm not going to mention it just in case, for whatever reason, but it'll be unnamed. It was a part-time job, and the hours, one, were not enough, and two, management had done some things that were incredibly disrespectful, at least to me. And it's an environment that I didn't want to be around anymore. So I was able to quit my job and focus solely to Planet Destiny, to helping Moonvault out in recruiting. And I'm sorry if you guys hear the dogs in the background. In recruiting, Twitch stream team, producing video content for the channel. So as you guys know, I took care of Xur. Again, sorry for the dogs. I took care of Xur, guides, weapon reviews, and edit the video portion of the podcast, to which I'm also one of the hosts. Now, the compensation that I get from Planet Destiny, it's completely just and fair. But it's a once a month thing. And it's divided in between the creators over on the YouTube side. And that's not enough to live off of. Month to month, it's very tight, and for the past couple of months, I often found myself pretty scared that I wasn't going to meet ends meet. So I was actually fortunate enough to find a full-time job, and I hope that you guys can understand that because this is a thing, content will still be coming out, but it'll be at a slower pace. I am still with Planet Destiny, but my presence is going to be a lot less than what it has been. So this is what's changing with me and Planet Destiny. I'm no longer going to be doing dessert videos every Friday, and probably not going to be around it as much as I used to be for the Twitch stream team. I am still going to be working on guides and weapon reviews as much as I can, all while trying to balance out a stream schedule. And again, I apologize for the dogs. All while trying to balance a stream schedule. Now, I'm only going to be streaming for 3 days a week: Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Unfortunately, because my new job is now an 8 to 5, the streams are most likely going to be starting at 6 or 6:30 in the evening Pacific time. So I'm sorry to all my East Coast buddies. I really wish it could be earlier, but I'm in a situation where I really need a proper job to make ends meet. It's the sad reality of the situation. But because hopefully this new job will last me for a good while, I really enjoy it. I love my coworkers. They're incredible teachers. Hopefully I will be in a better financial situation. So once I start, getting paid, because again, this was my first week, I will be giving copies of Shadowkeep away in the console of choice. So that's going to be over on Twitter. So it's a way for me to try and at least say thank you to everybody who contributed for me to be able to have this computer up and running so I can put stuff out for you guys. And again, a thank you just for you guys being such an incredible community. So hopefully you guys understand that. And I really can't wait to start pumping out stuff for you guys. I'm really glad that you guys enjoy even the little things like the screenshots that I post up on Twitter. I'm going to try and find a better way for you guys to get better quality resolutions if you guys want to use those as wallpapers, because unfortunately previously I was only able to go up to 1080, so just full HD. But now with this rig, hopefully once I get a better monitor, I'll be able to pump out some like 1440 screenshots, maybe even 4K, who knows. But again, from the bottom of my heart, to everybody who contributed to the video, thank you. Like, even with me working right now, would still not be able to put out stuff for you guys at the beginning of Shadowkeep. So you guys again are allowing me to continue doing content creation and producing videos and stuff, and basically keep me connected to everybody. And I can't thank you enough, Destiny community, and everybody who contributed towards the PC. You guys are an amazing bunch, and this is something that I'm never going to forget. So with that being said, to everybody above who donated to the PC, and to everybody in the Destiny community, I can't wait for Shadowkeep, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.